Hey y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide Her Podcast featuring the one and only, the commissioner, the owner himself, Steve Nivens.
Yeah. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate the love. I always love the support that you give me. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't, when you asked me about the pod, I couldn't resist, and I definitely wasn't going to say no, and I'm excited because I love what you do also.
Oh, appreciate it, man. First of all, we got to shout out the league because, the league is see up in Winston and they got
Yes.
some merch right here. We got the
Uh,
socks.
got the socks, we got the hats, we got the tees. Hey, man, you know the motto, either you was, wanted to be, or simply in the league of your own, man. The league.
And that's on period, for real, yeah.
Yes.
So let's get to it. So, Mr. Steve, can you let us know how you got to where you are in the sports world?
Well, in the sports world, that's kind of complicated, and that came a long time before the league. My best friend, he played 11, 12 years in the NBA. My little cousin, he played 21 years. I've been around basketball all my life. It's been a tool for me, helping me meet some of the friends that I know to this day. I'm 43. I probably picked up the ball basketball when I was 5, so I still know a lot of guys. I still, pick up on the energy. And like I told my kids today, basketball is bigger than just a game. You learn how to network, you learn how to meet people, you learn how to be a good friend because you're being a good teammate, and you learn how to be trustworthy of others. So, I mean, basketball just been a big aspect for me, and I've been around it for a long time. I started the league, just playing pickup ball with some of my friends at the YMCA. I played in the late night. That was legendary here in Winston-Salem. And we always used to just joke around, like, man, I always used to say, man, I'm gonna start my own league. I'm gonna start my own league. And I just did it. I just came up with it. I couldn't figure out a name, and I was like, man, they got this league, they got that league. I say, hell, I'm gonna call it the league. I say, you know what I'm saying? They was like, well, what's the name of it? The league. Well, which league? The one and only, the league. So yeah, I just just trying to keep guys involved, but I picked it up just starting off with small talk and just the love of the game, and it excelled from there.
For sure. And honestly, it's honestly, first and foremost, I always want to say, I always tell folks, like, look, man, I love the league NC because I
Thank
was
you.
like, man, it gave me like just trying to find a league where, like, say a semi, like almost like a pro am league
Yes,
where they offer female hoopers to hoop. It is very hard and rare in North Carolina.
yes, man, it's
It's
it's hard. It's hard getting the ladies together, getting the ladies on one accord. I mean, because the ladies got a lot more entitlement. Also, some of them be having kids, with jobs or whatever, whatnot. So the guys, they leave the kids with the ladies. The ladies can't do that easily. Especially once we get of age and out of high school, out of college and stuff. So life takes on a different approach. But I love the ladies. When I thought about enticing the ladies into the league and see, it I knew that was big for my brand. No matter what I did, I knew just bringing in the ladies because the ladies gonna always support. Like they ladies are one of my biggest supporters. The guys gonna hoop, but the ladies, they pay to get in. They buying the socks like how you doing. They buying the apparel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So it's the ladies. I just definitely wanted to do something for the ladies. So nah, I commend y'all for even rocking with me also.
for sure. And like, man, I like I said, I'm forever grateful for for you to like even approach me, like offer like, hey, you hoop, you trying to like I'm like, ain't nobody done this. Like we
Mhm.
just met first and I was like, I came here just watching, like just and I was like, this is fire. It was just
I
like I
appreciate
just
that.
I just love the culture that like the Winston Salem hoops culture. Like I
Yes,
like
yes.
and
It's
at
a
least
lot of hoopers that came out of Winston, man. It's a lot of hoopers. I mean, more than the ones that just made it to the league. I mean, we got a lot of guys that then came out that made some names for themselves. And that's just part of the league. I just want to keep them in shape because a lot of guys, they overseas playing ball still. And I just want to keep them going. Keep them going with some good bump, and just, with no nonsense. And, just trying to keep them healthy also, and just represent the city well.
For sure. And it leads to my question, the league NC itself, has so many hoopers, provides opportunities for hoopers, especially for Winston-Salem. Like I said, they got dogs, men
Yeah,
and women. So for you, what's it like for your league to be part of that Winston-Salem hoop culture?
man, it's big. I mean, um, like I said, my right hand man, Josh Howard. I'm over there at CP3 Academy in the summertime. A lot of guys done came through. A lot of internet hoopers from your Rob, Colin. You got your Zach, you got your Brandon B. Chill, you got your Harry Giles. I mean, you got a lot of guys. You got your Akils. They're playing overseas in Israel. I mean, you got a lot of guys. Man, you got a couple players that play at Duke now. I mean, so 9 years, that means I must be doing something right. If they feel like they comfortable, I know it's things that I might need to work on, but what business don't. But I know I'm doing something right for us to be 9 years in and, still getting the pat on the back from the guys. And that's what makes me want to do it every day, every season, every year. It's just seeing the smiles on the guys. If because sometimes we have rough days. Every day ain't good. And just coming in the gym, just seeing that smile back on their face. Whatever happened from the 9 to 5, when you come in the gym at 6, what I'm saying, just let it go. And that's what type of environment that I try to build is just a let it go environment. I mean, it's just a game. I want everybody to keep it on the court, and at the end of the day, my name is tied to it. So all I got is my name, in this world. So, I want to try to take every approach the right way when I'm doing it.
For sure. And it's funny because I be in Charlotte and like just by myself, hooping, training by myself, be the only girl. And some guys were like, hey, like, I'm like, look, y'all need to check out the league and see. If y'all really want to hoop, go check it out. Like, take that ride over from
I
Charlotte to
appreciate that.
like, let them know. But like, look, I had the best opportunity. I want to
Yes.
play. I'm
Yeah.
hooping. And if
Facts.
like, I'm trying to hoop again up in the
Yeah.
league and see. So,
Oh, and you are.
yeah. So you mentioned Josh Howard, which Josh Howard was actually my first introduction to Wake Forest basketball was Josh Howard and watching him
Okay.
play everything like that was one of my favorite players growing up watching just from Wake to Dallas Mavericks. I used to have a Dallas Mavericks shirt with him.
Hey.
But
Oh, you was live then. Yes.
man, what's it like? You and him are really tight. Y'all just created the league, like you created the league, but to have like that partnership with Josh Howard,
Oh yeah.
what does that mean for you to have like the
Oh,
the friendship beyond the court?
that's major. Cause it's one thing to have a friendship, but for have somebody that believe in you and support you, that's something different. I mean, cause like I mentioned, all I have is my name. I mean, of course, no matter how close we are, he wouldn't want me running his name to the ground also. So that's big of him to support me in the way that he know that I things that I want to do. So that's major. I mean, like I said, we've been at it for a long time. Like I said, he spent 11 years, 11, 12 years in the NBA. I mean, he took me up on his wing and he showed me a lot. And I'm forever grateful for it. That's my right hand man. I don't call too many people my brother because my brother passed, but I consider that my brother. But yeah, it's been yin and the yang, So it's very very powerful because his name carries a lot in the city itself.
For sure. Like, I mean, like I said, like there's so much rich history in the hoop history for Wake Forest, and like to have a legend like that, like just
Oh yeah,
that's big time right there. So,
yeah.
but big shout out to Josh for
Oh
real.
yeah, oh yeah. J Ho, man. Big shout out, man. His son just signed this year with Duke. So he'll be a freshman at Duke next year, little BJ. So I mean, we back on the roller coaster.
I know that's right. So,
Yes.
my question for you is, I definitely see you as an advocate for women's basketball, especially what you have provided the opportunities, like I said, a platform for female hoopers around the world, especially in the state, to hoop. What inspired you to advocate and support women's basketball?
Like I said, the women are big supporters of the league. Um, I started off with the men, and like the motto, it ain't just basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I want to branch off and give everybody an opportunity. Um, with the league, it ain't just stations for the men. The women are man. The women go ham now. I sometimes I honestly can watch a college women game or a WNBA game before I watch the men. Because I mean, the men have turned the way the game has now changed. The men more prima donnas. I mean, it's easy to say, and the women are a lot more hungry because they got something to prove. So the women are behind the eight ball a little bit with the NBA. I mean, and that's how it is, but they growing. The women are doing it. They more entertaining. They hungry. They competitive, and they want to learn the game. So with the league and C, we just trying to entice them, just like how enhance them, just like we do with the men. We want them to keep their skills elevated. We want to take them to the next level in any way possible that we can do it. That's what I'm trying to do.
For sure. And like I said, like to get that to like to if we had more like opportunities like that for real, like what you're doing, like it'd be lit. But you
Yeah.
know, the league and C is where it's at though.
All
So
right. You know what I'm saying? No other.
man,
And
because
no knock to the other leagues and stuff. I build off of them. I kind of want to get, connected to some other leagues to where we all together and could do something in North Carolina. I'm real competitive, but I ain't no, nonchalant guy to where I don't show props to the other cities that's doing the same thing. And I love it because it's hard to do. I mean, I seen 9 years. I seen a lot of guys try or wanting to do it and it didn't succeed. So to be able to do this for 9 years, I'm trying to keep it going. It's tough. It's tough.
for sure. And speaking of which, who are like like I said, we just talked about legends coming in, and from who would you say are some of like say the top five legends of Winston Salem hoops to you, like that really like just stand
Ooh,
out?
man. Well, you gotta go J Ho. You gotta go CP3. You gotta go HG Harry Giles. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He one of the toughest that came out from middle school on up. B Chill came to Winston kind of late, so I ain't gonna give him the credit yet. Uh, Man, we had some dogs. Danny, Danny Gaten, Cliff Crawford. Man, it's a list that I mean, Joel, Darrell Mitchell. I mean, we got a lot of dogs that came out the city. Around my era that was tough. Even before us, like guys that I might not have seen, but I heard about. Even us coming up over at Glen. I mean, the guys over there at Reynolds, they were some hoopers. The guys at West Forsyth were some hoopers. Like Wednesday, like you had, if you was a hooper, if you stepping on the court in Wednesday, you had to be a hooper. Like and that's even pickup ball because you might not be getting picked up at all. So it was tough, but it was good bump. And it, like I said, it helped me build the relationships that I learned with guys around the city. You know, just helped me, learn the city in itself. And make a name for myself also.
For sure, like because there, like I was like, dang, there's a lot of. I was like, it's like we like everybody loves to talk. It's like people gotta like. I'm just like a history person. I love to research and stuff. But I was like, dang, these are dogs. Like
Oh
what?
yeah,
So,
oh yeah,
but they get but I would say what I really appreciate about Winston and Greensboro 336 area for the hoops is they get it out the mud. They
oh yeah,
really love the game so much. Like
oh
they
yeah.
get out the mud and work
I
hard.
Yeah, I came front. There was a lot of dogs coming out of the Greensboro area too. I mean, we sharpened iron sharpens iron. So I mean, it was tough. It was some big battles. You know what I'm saying? From the Dudleys to the Smiths. It was some big battles, like for real.
For sure. And And this leads to my question, when it comes to representation in sports, both on and off the court, especially having people look up to you and everything, what does representation mean to you, both on and off the court?
Oh, it's big. I mean, cause your name carries. If you're out here doing people wrong, doing dirt, or you're just a negative guy, I mean, ain't nobody gonna want to support that. Um, so my reputation mean a lot. Even if I have to cuss you out, you're gonna know why I cuss you out. It ain't gonna be just me cussing you out. But but I try to keep the positivity. I try to keep smiling on people's faces. I try to check on people. My energy tries to stay positive. And I don't have good days all the time either, but I try not to let my bad days, overshadow somebody else's days because each other. So my like I said, my reputation it means a lot to me. And I'm trying to keep it as positive as possible. I'm still human at the end of the day. I make mistakes. But I apologize for my mistakes too if I feel like if it's striking my nerve, my mind, or my heart. I pray on it and I get I get back to it. But it's nothing for me to apologize for the wrongs that I do. Like I said, I'm human, but my reputation definitely means a lot.
That's a whole word right there.
Yeah.
Message right there. So my question for you is, I always say that athletes are humans first, and for you, just a commissioner, a black man, how important is mental health to you?
Oh man, it's big. I'm gonna say maybe it was a few years, maybe within the last 5 years. Uh, I called my sister one time, just dealing with stuff, and us as black men, or men in general, we feel like we can handle everything, because that's how you're supposed to be, brought up as, men don't cry, men don't pout, men don't do this, and we, like I said earlier, we human. So sometimes them things are good just to get out. But like I said, with a conversation with my sister, I was in Miami and I was talking to her, and it was just a conversation of saying that I've been through stuff myself, trauma wise, that I don't even think was trauma. And so we all have mental health. We all have mental health issues that we probably need to resolve, that we throw the cover over, over the fire, and the fire's still burning up under the blanket. So I mean, sometimes we just we gotta take it full on, full head strong, and just be there for each other. And with the basketball, like I said, back when I was coming up, if I was upset in the house, my mom made me mad, and probably because I ain't do a chore, she had a good reason to be mad at me. I would go outside and just play ball. So it helped me. It helped me get over my anger. It helped me get over my emotion, my feelings. It was just like I checked out. It's like free mind, free space. And I'm out there 8, 9, 10 years old, and I'm playing Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson, and it really is just me. It helped me take my mind to a whole nother outer space moment. So mental health is major. And like I said, I try to use the basketball tool component to help us out, to try to take our mind off of it. Just, because once the guys get together and they start talking, you realize, man, I needed this today. It might have been a bad day. You just needed that energy before you go home. And that's the type of environment that I try to create.
For sure. And first of all, shout out to your moms because
Yeah.
she is such a sweetheart. Because I was
Thank you.
like
Thank you.
going in there, she was like, "How you?" I was like, "Dang, she remember me?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's mom dudes, man. I got a heart like mom, and sometimes I hate it, but no, I love it at the end of the day because my mom, I talk to her about a lot. I got my dad. My dad. That's my right hand man. But just the bond that me and my mom have, it's different. We both 2 days apart, so it's like, man, that's my girl.
for sure. Shout out to moms because she, like I
Shout
said,
out.
she's such a sweetheart. She was so warm and welcoming when I first came in it. And then next thing I know, I'm like,
You
"Oh
part of the
shit."
family now.
I was like, "Hey,
You invited to the barbecue.
I'm here for it."
Hey.
My question though, for real, is like, you know, you mentioned like a lot of men, y'all taught to not cry, not to show emotion. Do you hope to see more men and male athletes be able to open up without having that stigma being placed on them?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, because it's a healthy space. I'm still working on it myself, but it's a healthy space, you know, and it just helps you know that you're not alone. And sometimes we feel like we're alone. I mean, we all go through different scenarios, situations, ups and downs. But sometimes when you with them downs, it feel like you're alone. Even when you up, feel like you clapping for yourself. So I mean, I try to build, like I said earlier, I try to build that space to where we all together and knowing that we together. Sometimes basketball takes a toll on us. I said the guys leave it on the court, but I just want them to know that we together. And yes, that's a good question. We definitely need to find that space to where we're not holding stuff in and we can just talk and be free. I mean, it's a fresher breath out. I can't even talk. It's fresh air, but it's good though.
For sure, because I feel like, in so many ways, basketball, like sports in general, but basketball has been like a lot of people safe space to where
Yeah.
they just get everything out, and, you know, sometimes when you like, we tend to forget when you're not mentally right, you physically not gonna be right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If the mind go, the body go next. The mind first, then the body goes next. That's just like when you hear something negative when somebody go to the doctor. At first you thinking you're okay, but once you hear something the doctor tell you, it goes straight to that mind process. Now you're thinking, now you're worrying. Now you ain't even as hungry as you was before you went into the doctor because your mind is powerful. Your mind and your heart is powerful. That's about one of the strongest muscles on your body is your mind. They say your heart, but I believe it's your mind because if you're not in a good thinking space, it'll tear you down.
Big facts for real. So my question is, what do you see the league and see 5 years from now for the future for the league and see?
That's a good question. These last 9 years, it's been straight basketball. We entice the women, brought in the women part. We're just trying to expand. We're trying to go more. Like I said, it's bigger than basketball. It's sports or whatnot. So I'm trying to entice flag football in the next few years, ladies and men flag football because that's getting big. It might even happen, 2026. Thinking about the soccer component. So I'm just trying to grow, trying to get the level of the brand, higher up, and not settling and staying content. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. I wanna take it to that next level to where just like when you're talking about the Drew League in California, you ain't gotta speak much about it, because oh man, the Drew, you went to the Drew, so I wanted to say that the league, you went to the league, so I want to get it to that where you ain't gotta explain nothing because you already know, what time it is. So I'm just trying to take it to the next level and just grow to where it sell itself.
What would you say are some of the misconceptions when it comes to like the pro am leagues that you're part of? What's the misconceptions about the pro ams?
Uh, that's a good question. Uh, I think sometimes guys think we could do more than we could do. Like getting them places or whatnot. Sometimes with the proams, we just try to keep them in tune with the game. Keeping the competitive edge level. Just keeping you in a component to where you still can play competitive ball. So the misconception, it could go a lot of ways. So it's hard to pinpoint, but it's like I mean, how the game is. Don't come in there whining this, that, and the third. Like play ball. And when you're going into these sessions and you're going to these summer leagues, you're going to get better. Like you're going to get better. And I think guys take it off because I think they better than what they are. But if you was better than what you are, then you wouldn't be in the place that you are. So that's what you're working for. So you want to work harder to get to that next level or get to a place that you want to be. I don't care if it's from the NAIA to the D1. I don't care if it's from semi-pro to overseas ball. I don't care if it's from the G League to the real league. You know what I'm saying? You want to elevate, you don't want to stay, and that's just like me. I don't want to stay at the same. I don't want to get complacent. So I try to elevate every year, try to think of different things to get the guys in there. I try to bring different ideas to the brand to make it, unique than the other leagues.
I have a couple ideas, but
All right,
I have a couple ideas. I will say I have a couple ideas,
all right, we gonna have to chop it up. We can't
oh,
let them. Yeah, we can't let the people hear them before we put them out there.
I was gonna say it's gonna be after the air, but like I got a
Yes,
couple
yes.
ideas. So you never let the left hand know what your right hand is doing before
You
anything can
feel
get.
me? Oh man, that left
That's
hand to be right there on you.
man, because that's a lot. That's what a lot of people doing making mistakes is you already letting everybody know what you're doing before it even happens, and then all of a
Yes.
sudden everybody's taking your ideas. So it's like
Oh yeah. Oh
so.
yeah. So yeah. So you got to stay on top, cause shoot, that's just like anything in life. I mean, when you sleep, somebody trying to take your position. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's all. I mean, and it's not malicious. Sometimes it's not malicious to take your position. It's because they want to be great, and sometimes you might be in the way of their greatness. So it's nothing against you. It's just them trying to prepare their greatness for themselves. So, I mean, we all sometimes have the same ideas, but it's who gonna put in the work. It's 1,000 people. It's 1,000,000 people with podcasts. You know what I'm saying? But who gonna watch Ashley? Because Ashley doing it different. You feel me? So you got to separate yourself. And you got to put in the work. Like I said, when you asked me to do it, I ain't second guessing. I'm like, yeah. I seen the interviews that you did. I seen it. I've seen you put in the work. I felt the energy that you have. So, you got to separate yourself from others. And it's hard to do and it ain't hard to do. But if everybody could be the same, so it's like, well, what you gonna do? You got to work hard. And that's any component of your life. And that don't just consist of sports. That consists of your job. That consists of your schoolwork. That consists of everything. You want to be better than you was yesterday. And I mean, if you want to stay the same as yesterday, then you might as well stay in the bed. You don't need a new 24.
But I can't see myself just being stagnant all the time. Like I
Thanks.
like
Oh
I
yeah.
ain't I'm trying to grow.
Oh
Like
yeah. Got to. Got to elevate. And I mean, that's why he got us here on earth to elevate. He got us here to, to put positivity in others. We here not just for ourselves, we here for others. I mean, if people, focus on a lot of what their wrongdoings are, then the world would probably be a better place. Because you got so many people worried about what other people doing wrong or doing right. Like you ain't even focused on yourself. So, it's just, just getting it together mentally.
man, let me get my tambourine out because that's
Hey,
too
get it
real.
out.
That's too real for real, man.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
so my question for you is, if there was a word or phrase to describe your journey so far, what would it be?
Legendary. When we here to leave a mark. So my mark is to be legendary. My friendships to be legendary. My work habit to be legendary. My daily excel, I want it to be legendary because I want to give it my all. And sometimes I do have the days where I'm only going 20%. But I try to pick it up. I try not to give my days back to back where I waste it. So I want to make the best out of the things that I do. Like I said, I'm not at the beginning. I'm not perfect, but I definitely want to be legendary in what I do. And that ain't for the world to know me. That's just for the right people to know me.
Man, the right people will come along
Oh
because
yeah.
every and I learned this. Not everybody, just because everybody clapping, not everybody really clapping for you.
Oh no. Oh no. Hands just moving and the sound just making. You feel
Like,
me? So but nah, in they mindset, they don't want you there. They mad that it's you. Because they can't do it. But nah, you right. Just because their hands moving, that sound going, that don't mean they clapping for you. They might be punching their hand.
like, man,
Yeah.
it's like, man, it's just
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's just like, and I've seen another thing where it's like, some people hate on you because they're missing that you got. They're
Yes.
missing what's that you have. I'm like, that is so real.
Yeah. No, for real. And you can't do that. You can't watch others because then you'll miss your own blessing.
Man,
You so in tune of what somebody else doing. Your blessing just passed right by your face, right past your eyes, because
man.
you focused on something else. Like, nah, you gotta focus on your goals and your expectations of what you want as an individual yourself.
And I think, we're so used, like, as humans, we're so used to comparing other people's journeys and
I
stuff
mean, we do it. We
all the
do it. I mean, we all victim of it because when you pick up Instagram, sometime when you're picking up the social media, it's there and it's a facade because the person might just have posted a picture and they might be smiling, showing all 100 and some teeth, but when they after that picture done posted, they over there strolling and they over there depressed themselves.
time.
But you going off the perception of it. You know what I'm saying? You believe none of what you hear and half of what you see because your eyes play tricks on you. The devil did that. What was the greatest trick that he ever did? Convincing the world that he didn't exist. I mean, that was the best trick he ever did was convincing the world he didn't exist. So, you just gotta stay on point with it and just keep your mind focused and your eyes on your own prize. I mean, because you'll miss your blessing.
Man, because like we're so used to, like, and we got to remind ourselves that comparison is the thief of joy. Like,
Woo!
don't let someone else's blessing discourage you. Let it
Oh yeah.
encourage you, because you never know what someone had, how long that person had.
Man, you never know. They've been waiting. They've been praying. They've been putting in the work.
So
Like ain't nothing just given to you. And if it's given to you that easy, you won't appreciate it to where you'll lose it. And now you're trying to get it again. But it was just given to you, but you don't know the appreciation of it. But somebody who work hard for it, they're gonna appreciate it because they ain't gonna want to lose it. And even if they do lose it, they know what it takes to get it back.
that's big facts right there. Because, man, like, we just gotta appreciate what we have
Yes.
before time teaches its value to us.
Fact. Yes.
So I'm saying, real recognize real. Like, you learn these things as you grow, not only
Oh
as you
yeah.
get older, but like
Nah, you right.
experience. Like,
Yeah.
you know, with, like, I've always, just because somebody is older doesn't automatically mean they
Oh
wise.
no.
Even the
Cause I'm
young,
still learning. I'm 43 and I'm learning from my kids. I'm learning from my daughter, my baby girl, and she's 7. She'll be 8 this year. I'm learning from her. I'm learning from my 2 oldest kids. They in college. Like I'm learning from them. Like you learn every day, you know what I'm saying? But you living. But if you ain't picking up nothing new, like you just out here. So everybody learn from each other because things change, things different. So it ain't the same. So you gotta learn from each other. Like ain't no way. I mean, you get older, you get stuck in your ways, but that don't mean you have a closed mind. So you gotta keep that mind open and build from each other.
that's big facts right there. So my question is for you: is bona fide means authentic and unique, but for the men, the authenticity. And I'm glad
Yes.
if I said it right, bless it. If I don't, well, that's a blooper, because my podcast is raw and real with bloopers. That's how
Hey,
I'm. It,
hey, that's why they love it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They
Yeah.
ain't like, I be like, it's just raw and real. If folks sometimes they slip a couple words, I'm like, look, you good.
Yeah.
I'm here
Oh,
for
me
it.
too. Now I slip. My barber get on me all the time because I slip on up on words all the time. That fool get on me like he an almanac or something.
So my question for you is, What makes Mr. Steve Nivens authentic, and what makes your story stands out?
It's real. Like you said, it's real, it's raw, and it's uncut. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. The way you see me on Instagram laughing, joking, and the way you see me outside, like I'm always that. You know what I'm saying? I have my bad days and I have my good days, but I'm always me. Like I got friends that from kindergarten, they said, "Boy, you ain't changed." I mean, because I don't know how to change. All I could know how to do is be me. So you know what I'm saying? Authenticity is just me being me. And I think people take a lot out of that and take from it because I try to give positive advice, but I play devil's good advocate too because I'm gonna tell you about yourself and see how you can really receive it because everybody's not always right, and sometimes you need to hear the other side to be compatible with your mindset to be like, oh, okay, I didn't think of it like that, and that's just like me too. So it goes back to us being open minded. So I'm just me. I think the realness of it is just me being me and me being who I am. And I don't know how to be nobody else.
Ooh, let me get my tambourine for that,
Get
cause
it back, get it back.
yeah, yeah, let them know for real, cause man, you better let them know, cause
Yes,
there's only one you in this
yes.
world. Like there's there's no like clone to it, and
Yeah.
there's no doppelganger or nothing. Like there's just one you.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there's a reason why like God made each person different of walks of life. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, but folks ain't ready for that conversation.
Nah, oh nah, nah, nah. Nah. People putting on other people's shoes and they don't even fit. So yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
But that's a whole bar right there. It's like people be
Yes.
trying other people's shoes and it doesn't even fit. That's a whole bar right there.
Don't even fit. So nah. We gonna keep it right size for us.
And that's on period for real. So,
Yes.
Mr. Commissioner, can you let the folks know how where they could follow you and follow the league and any upcoming events and games happening for you?
Hey, the season, the spring league, we starting back in March, getting the guys together now. We'll start probably March 16th, that week or third week of March. You can follow me on the League NC on the Instagram. I got the website www.theleaguenc.com. Go up there and check out the highlights, videos, the YouTube clips. We all over, baby. We just trying. I'm gonna try something new this year with the TikTok. Try to get this TikTok going with the league, but we here. The league NC. Don't forget the NC, baby.
Y'all heard it from the man, the myth, the legend himself, the commissioner Steve. As he said, follow the league NC at the league NC. Y'all make sure to get some merch too.
Get the
Y'all make
merch. The
sure to
merch
get
on the
some merch.
website. Merch on the website. Socks, hats coming back. They done sold out. Tees. I got the hoodies coming. But it's about to be summertime, spring, summer. So long sleeve tees, short sleeve tees. They coming in the full effect.
Hey, I'm telling you, y'all gotta get the socks though. It's
Oh,
fire. I'm
got
telling
to,
you, they
baby. They better than Nike. Comfort. You feel me? The Nike already sliding down your foot like an ankle sock by the time it's the third wear. We still here. We still got the grip, baby. The lead.
they do it. He real right about it because it don't slip. They got the grip for real.
Yeah. Hey, now that's a ball right there.
I was saying, I'll try to follow your lead. Like it got the
Yes.
grip and it's real. So y'all be sure to check out the live replay of Bonafide Her podcast,
Oh
episode
yeah.
214, featuring the commissioner himself, Steve Nivens. And be sure to
Yeah.
check out the League NC on Instagram at the League NC.
Oh
And
yeah.
also, if you are a hooper in the Winston-Salem area in the
Log in.
336, and you
Yes.
try to compete in the spring league, in the summer, and the fall league,
Hey,
League
come on.
NC is where it's at.
Let's go. Get
So
at me.
thank you guys for tuning in to episode Bonafide Her Podcast, episode 214, featuring Steve Nivens. Big shout out to the commissioner himself
Hey, I
for coming on the
appreciate you,
podcast.
Ashley, for having me. Love is love, and love is love, and I appreciate you, baby.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
Hey.